Well, good evening. You find me back on the West Coast in Southern California. If you don't know who I am, my name is Tyler, and I'm once again reunited with the pup. It was not exactly a fun task to do so. I had to wake up way too early this morning. I think I was out of the hotel by 4:30 or 5 a.m. in Houston and had to deal with returning the car, getting that all taken care of, and getting back over to the terminal. You know, all the usual stuff that you've got to do when you travel someplace. It's got to be done, but it's never all that fun at the end, right? My flight, or I should say flights, started in Houston, and then I had a layover in Salt Lake City. That first flight was pretty good. It was a little on the lengthy side. I think it was 2.5 hours or so. Pretty uneventful for the most part. And then I got to Salt Lake, and I don't know if you're familiar with the Salt Lake airport or not, but Delta just, rolled out this, well, I say just, it's been a few years, but their terminal there is massive. And we docked at gate 2, and my connecting flight was all the way at the other end of the terminal at gate 42. That was fun to traverse the entirety of that terminal and make it all the way over there. Luckily, they were a little bit delayed, so they weren't waiting on me. That terminal is pretty cool, though. They've got some decent art installations about halfway through the terminal that you can look at, and moving walkways and all the goods. Finally getting on that flight, though. Luckily, the flight from Salt Lake to Santa Ana was a nice short one. I think it was maybe 90 minutes long. The plane, both legs were pretty packed. I think there may have been one seat open. Luckily, I had the middle seat open to me, which was always nice. But I finally made it, and I'm home, and I couldn't be happier. So I thought for sure that if I checked my steps for the day, because I was on airplanes and everything most of the day, I thought for sure I'd be extremely lacking in the step department. But shocker of all shockers, I'm already at 9,300 steps for the day. I think a lot of that has to do with catching planes and such. I guess I don't have to make up as much as I thought when I ran out the door tonight to try to get these final steps in. Not too shabby a night, though. I cannot complain. Nice and cool here in comparison to Houston. My gosh, even when the sun was going down in Houston, there was still like 90% humidity, and it felt like you were taking a shower outside. Both flights were actually pretty good too from a turbulence standpoint. I was surprised, but there really wasn't all that much. Maybe but once or twice throughout both flights. The first flight, it actually caught me off guard when they landed, because I usually like the aisle seats, so I have no idea what's happening outside the window, because I usually can't even see a window. And all of a sudden, ba-boom, there it is, we were down. So that was kind of nice. All in all, though, I had a really good trip to Texas. Had a lot of successful meetings, and I was able to do some things that I had never done before and see some things I'd never seen. And then obviously I was able to eat some things that I'd never eaten before as well. Therein lies the rub. I know before I left, the idea was to try to keep things carnivore on the trip, but man, I just have it ingrained in my head, unfortunately, that, when I'm traveling, I can do whatever I want because, it's stuff I don't get to do every day, and I'd be missing out. The FOMO is strong whenever I'm on the road. So, as you saw from those videos, I definitely didn't do myself any favors in that department. And as such, I actually haven't had any food in the last 24 hours, and I plan on keeping that streak going for at least another day or two. I'm thinking a 3-day fast just to cleanse everything and get back to a zero state again would be good, moving into carnivore next week. And I think I did okay with some of the videos that came out of Texas while I was there. I think, I've obviously got a lot to learn when it comes to vlogging in general, but doing so on the road and, vlogging travel is something that was definitely fun. I enjoyed it, but I need to work at it. So if you happen to watch any of those videos and want to give me any tips, tricks, any comments you may have, feel free to blast them away down below. I won't take offense, I swear. I am looking forward to taking it a little easy this weekend. So I'm not exactly sure what the content's going to look like, but I'll try my best to put something out. I definitely need to just rest up and get prepared for getting back to a regular week. I haven't been in the office in, I don't know what it's been, 10, 12 days or whatever because of the July 4th holiday. So re-entry is going to be rough on Monday. That should be fun. Oh man, those evil sprinklers are starting up again. I better get going. This is the same place that I got blasted the other night before I left. So I just checked the steps and I blasted past those 10,000 like it was nothing. So I don't have to be out here as long as I thought before. I'm sure he's not going to be happy about that, but I'm going to do my best to give him a nice little run before returning home. Once again, I appreciate you guys walking along with us on this journey. And if you happen to see any of the travel vlogs, I appreciate you watching those too. At any rate, you guys have a great night. We'll see you again in the morning. Take care now.